Welcome everyone, this is RoaringSnow and today we're playing Shadowverse. The deck we're playing today is Satan Dragoncraft. The finisher of this deck is Prince of Darkness, also known as Satan, which will replace our deck with a very powerful Apocalypse deck. The alternative finisher of this deck is Bahamut. Sometimes we just don't draw Satan, and sometimes our opponent will have a very strong board it doesn't really allow us to play Satan. When that happens, we can play Bahamut to clear the board, and usually he will generate us enough tempo so we can play Prince of Darkness next turn. In order to help us play Satan earlier, we have all these ramping tools. We also have Sky Dragon Ethica, which is very powerful when fighting against slower decks and control decks. The extra play point she provides is very powerful, and when fighting against aggro, you can use her on turn 3 as a normal 3 mana 2/3 because the stats is actually pretty good. Dragon Mystery in this deck will draw us Draconic Fervor or Wyvern Cavalier or Prince of Darkness or Bahamut. Either one is pretty good, and if you draw Satan or Bahamut and you use Wyvern Cavalier on them, the fastest turn you can play Satan or Bahamut is on the turn when you have 7 play points, which is very powerful and usually guarantees your victory. We also have Datema Samune, which is our only way in this deck to kill enemy big minions, such as enemy Bahamut or Servant of Darkness, because we are not running any single target removals such as Call of the Kakaitas and Dance of Death. We also have Earth, which is very versatile in this deck. We can use her on Ayla to get the extra play point. We can also use her on Silent Rider in the Apocalypse deck, which is 6 mana 8/8 with Storm. So we can deal 16 damage in one turn and 18 if you have an extra evolution point, which is almost a one turn kill. And this is a deck. Let's try it in ranked matches. Our first opponent is Dragoncraft. It's most likely we are fighting Ramp Dragon or Satan Mira. There's not a lot of Storm Dragon recently, at least in this meta. But it's only been a few days after the nerf, so anything can happen. Unicorn Dancer? We can kill him. We can kill the Unicorn Dancer this turn. Or use Dragon Oracle. Let's just kill the Unicorn, because even if we use Dragon Oracle here, there's nothing we can play next turn. And we are fighting a dragon, so we don't really have to rush. Now we can use the Dragon Oracle. I don't want to use the Ethica yet. On turn 3. Did our opponent attack with the Unicorn? We are way ahead of our opponent in terms of play points, but we don't have Satan or Bahamut. So I really want to draw those 2 cards if possible. And we get Satan. Next turn we can play him. This is a very lucky draw. And we can play Satan when our opponent only has 6 play points. Fort. Oh, he decided to kill the Wyvern Cavalier, but he does have to kill it because 7-2 is just a huge threat on the board, and he conceded. Yeah, it's too fast, and there's no way he can win this. At least it's not very possible. Let's go to our second battle. And our second opponent is Swordcraft. Recently there's a lot of Swordcraft running Albert and Sparky. That deck is really strong. It's very fast, and it's also very strong in late game because of Albert. I think I'll exchange all three of this because I need some ramp cards. I did get Ethica and Draconic Fervor, which is not bad, but I want Dragon Oracle and Ayla more in the early game. And Bahamut. This is not looking good. Hopefully I can get Dragon Knight next turn. Tatema Samune. I think I'll use Ethica here. Because on turn 5 I'll definitely be using Draconic Fervor instead of her. And our opponent definitely wants to kill her. Turn 4. We don't really have a strong turn 4 play. We can kill this one. We can either play these two or use Earth to replenish the health of Ethica. But she'll probably die next turn anyway from an evolution, so this hand is really heavy. We have 3 out of 4 10 cost cards in our hand, and we've only draw 8 cards from our deck. Yeah, this is and we can't use the next turn. Our opponent have 157 damage with the evolution if we kill the Quick Blader. We can use Tatema Samune to kill the Quick Blader, use Earth on the Quick Blader, so that's 3 damage reduced, and evolve Earth to kill Novice Trooper, that's 5 damage reduced. But I do want to use Draconic Fervor so I can use Grim Reaper next turn with the word, but I don't think it's going to happen. We probably won't even survive, because this hand is just too heavy. But we can try our best. Anything with a rush will probably kill us. Yeah, Albert. Yeah. This is not a good hand. Let's go to our third battle. And our third opponent is Havencraft. I think I don't need any of these. Let's go for some ramp cards, and we didn't get any. Fighting against Haven, the biggest problem is that our Dragonite Ayla will get banished. And if we're not fast enough, we'll probably lose to Seraph. Because we're not running anything like Odin, but it's Guardian Sun, and our opponent is probably running Satan too. Unicorn Dancer in Ayla is a good draw, but still she'll probably get banished. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have Blackened Scripture. Doesn't look like she do. A Prism Prestige. Without... Some Guardian Sun Satan decks only run Sacred Play, so they can use Prism Prestige and draw Sacred Blade to help them cycle through the deck. But she didn't play it. It's possible Guardian Sun Seraph? It's not very likely but possible, and it's most likely she just drew a... what's that card called? A Tribunal of Good and Evil. I do want to kill the unicorn. And help protect our Ayla because our opponent may banish Earth instead of Ayla's. Please banish the Earth. But it's okay. Because at least the Papa Banish died too. We do have another. But again, we need our Satan. Oh, this time she has Blackened Sculpture. Dragon Mystery. If our opponent plays Satan faster than us, then it's going to be a problem. We can kill that with Breath of the Salamander. Because it's not going to be very useful against Haven anyways. Prison Dragon. Let's use that and Salamander Breath. Eight play point. Please don't be Seraph, even though it's not very likely. But she did draw a countdown card, but didn't use it. Then it's definitely Tribunal of Good and Evil. Should I evolve this? I want to save the evolution point for the turn I have Satan. Because even if I can have 10 damage on the board, our opponent, it's very likely that my opponent will have Themis. Prince of Darkness. On the perfect turn. Use him to kill the one with 2 damage. Our opponent doesn't have an evolution point, so it's going to be quite hard for her to play Satan. But The Satan will come with a ward though. Silent Rider. Silent Rider is pretty good here. It's not like very likely our opponent can kill this without them Themis. Servant of Darkness. Let's use the Imprisoned Dragon already, because it doesn't help us that much from now. Yeah. And it's possible that our opponent doesn't have Themis. That's why she's keep using the Odins. Destamination. We can save it for next turn because we can use it anytime. Putting 5 more damage on the board is probably better than use Destamination here. Themis. Another Servant of Darkness. I keep clicking on their deck to see how many cards I have, but it's down here after the patch. Again, because we can use Destamination anytime. Giving our opponent board pressure is better than use Destamination here. And we have lethal. Our opponent conceded. That was a good fight. So that was Satan Dragoncraft. It can be really fast, and this deck is actually pretty strong after the nerf of Roach Forestcraft and Temple Daria Runecraft. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.